Welcome. If you are joining us here live or at another time, we are so happy that you are here for the September 2024 HerStory Award ceremony. We are here to celebrate the extraordinary accomplishments and unwavering dedication of women who have made a profound impact on our world. The HerStory Award is more than just a recognition. It's a testament to the power of women who inspire, lead, and create positive change for their communities and beyond. It honors those who have broken barriers, challenged the status quo, and paved the way for future generations to follow. The HerStory Award is a signature project of Women's Federation for World Peace's Global Peace Women's Network. And just to give you a little bit of background, Women's Federation for World Peace was founded in 1992 by Dr. Hak Jahan Moon and her late husband, Reverend Sam Myung Moon. And the heart of Women's Federation for World Peace is to awaken the true value that women have and bring that forth out into the world in partnership and in complementary partnership, I want to say, with men. It is a global movement that is committed to fostering a culture of peace through education, advocacy, and community engagement. And you know, I'm just so excited to introduce you to two phenomenal women who will be receiving the HerStory Award with us today. But before that, I just also wanted to mention that Global Women's Peace Network is a network of women leaders from around the country, from around the globe, actually, who are dedicated to advancing peace in their communities. They are leaders in their communities, they are leaders in their family, they are leaders in their governments, they are leaders in their businesses, they're leaders in their hearts. And their work has been instrumental in fostering dialogue, in building bridges, and addressing the challenges that face women and girls today all across our world. And again, today we are celebrating the wonderful achievements of women who embody these true values and ideals of both Women's Federation for World Peace and Global Women's Peace Network. Their contributions to their communities, to this nation and the world are truly inspiring, and I'm so excited to get started and introduce our first awardee for today. Her name is Dr. Sandra Yancey McGuire. She is Professor Emerita of Chemistry, Director Emerita of the Center for Academic Success at Louisiana State University. Dr. Sandra Yancey McGuire is a distinguished educator and mentor whose career has profoundly impacted students and educators worldwide. Before her tenure at LSU, she spent 11 years at Cornell University, where she was honored with the prestigious Clark Distinguished Teaching Award. She is the acclaimed author of best-selling books, Teach Students How to Learn and Teach Yourself How to Learn, with her latest publication, The Parent's Guide to Studying and Learning, released in January 2022. Throughout her career, Dr. McGuire has delivered keynote addresses and workshops at over 500 institutions in 47 states and 14 countries. That's remarkable. Sharing her expertise in learning strategies and academic success. Her achievements have earned her recognition as one of the top 100 learning influencers in 2023 by EduFlow and a Louisiana legend in 2022. She has also been featured in Marquee Who's Who in America and received the 2019 Commitment to Excellence in Academic Support Award. In 2017, she was inducted into the LSU College of Science Hall of Distinction. Dr. McGuire holds a BS degree, magna cum laude from Southern University in Baton Rouge, an MS from Cornell University, and a PhD from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, where she was honored with the Chancellor's Citation for Extraordinary Professional Promise. She is married to Dr. Stephen C. McGuire, the James and Ruth Smith Professor of Physics Emeritus at Southern University. Before we bring up this incredible woman, I first want to bring up her nominator, Glenda Lambert, who has just brought this amazing, beautiful woman to us to honor and to recognize and to celebrate. So please welcome to this virtual stage, Glenda Lambert.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Oh, I hope so. But anyway, just want to let you know we are in for an incredible presentation by my favorite professor, Dr. Sonda McGuire. I'm so grateful to nominate her, and I'm so grateful that Women's Federation really, really was impressed with all her achievements, and of course wanted to her in one of our wonderful, wonderful Hall of Fame. Dr. McGuire, I admire you. I love you. I know you're going to do incredible things for the world, and you already have done quite a lot for our students, for our young people, and I'm so proud of you. So please, please accept this award with whole your heart, and we're giving it with all our love to you. We love you. Thank you so much. I'm here with my sister, Diane, and we're so excited for you. So that's why we're here. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Thank you so very much, Glenda. It was so great to see you again, and I really appreciate the nomination. And I want to sincerely thank the Women's Federation for World Peace for selecting me for this wonderful award, this HerStory Award. Now, Glenda, you remember when you asked if you could nominate me, I said, of course. But then when I looked at the bios of many of the women who've been recognized, I didn't think I'd be selected. So I called Glenda and I said, Glenda, I don't think that I'm of this caliber. And she said, oh, sure you are. And I still wasn't convinced. But then I was just really so humbled and honored to get the email that said that I was one of the recipients. So I am so humbled and just so honored to receive this recognition and to be in the company of so many women who are so distinguished, the former awardees. Now, I was asked to share the unwritten story behind my accomplishments, challenges I faced along the way, and how I overcame them, and the lessons that I learned from my work. And so I decided I'm going to share my screen here. And I think we have it where we should be able to get this going. Let me do the PowerPoint and I will go to the first slide. And okay, is everybody seeing how faith, not fate, determined my future? I didn't hear a yes, so everybody can see it? Can
Yes.
somebody unmute their mic and okay, great. Okay, yeah. So I decided to theme my remarks how faith, not fate, determined my future. And my story actually begins with my great grandfather, Isaac Gordon Jr., who was born in 1843 into slavery. And that was about 22 years before the Emancipation Proclamation in 1865. Now, fate would have determined that a person who was enslaved until reaching the age of 22 would not have been able to be responsible for establishing the first school for Black students in St. Helena Parish. But faith determined that he would provide this. He provided the land on which the first school was established. It was land that was left to him by his former slave owner. And also, fate would have determined that his daughter, my grandmother, Effie Jane Gordon Yancey, who was born in rural Greensburg, would not have attended college. But she did. She went to Leland College for 2 years, became a teacher, and she provided for all 9 of her children to attend college. And she was led by the Lord to teach and also to lead others. And she has 2 great grandchildren, our younger daughter and my first cousin's younger daughter, his older daughter, both got their doctorates at the University of Oxford. And I don't think anybody would have foreseen that the great grandchildren of former slaves would have gone on to earn their doctorates at the University of Oxford. Now, as I said, fate would have determined that she would not have gone to college, but she did. And fate would have also stepped in again to dictate that she, who was a farmer and a teacher in a one-room schoolhouse, wouldn't have been able to send all 9 of her children to college. And she did. These are her 9 children. My father was the third oldest, the oldest male, the third oldest child. And they all went to undergraduate school, and 7 of them earned graduate degrees. And they were graduate degrees from great universities in the Midwest. My dad's was from Iowa State, an uncle from Michigan State, an aunt from Kansas State. And they went there because LSU was tasked to either integrate its graduate school or pay for other states to educate Black students at the graduate level. And of course, LSU decided not to integrate. And so they provided funding, and my aunts and uncles and my dad went to the best institutions in their area. And so it was this value for education as a means of liberation that we saw in our parents that propelled the 13 of us in my generation to achieve at high levels. And so most of us pursued occupations that serve others. 4 of us in medicine, 4 in education, 4 in other areas that all involve helping others. Now, one of the obstacles I faced was growing up in the deeply segregated Jim Crow South. But my loving and supportive family and strong Black community helped me overcome all of the obstacles. Oh, this is just an image of my grandmother, Effie Jane Gordon Yancey, and the teachers in the school in St. Helena at which she taught. And but the obstacles that I was faced with, it was my family and my community that helped me overcome all of these. And my parents, Robert and Delcy Yancey, raised all 4 of their children, my older brother Robert, me, my younger sister Annette, my younger brother Eric, to recognize and be confident in our ability, with God's help, to succeed at anything and everything we pursued, providing that we put in the time and hard work that was necessary. And so they taught us to let nothing stop us. And I often tell my students, stumbling blocks and stepping stones can look identical. You get to determine which role they'll play in your life. Now, my next blessing came when I entered Southern University, an HBCU, historically Black college, about 5 minutes away from my house. And within the first 3 months, when I was still 16 years old, I met the young man I would marry, Dr. Stephen C. McGuire, and he was 18 at the time. Now, fate would have dictated that we would not have stayed together for even 2 years, because the average relationship length for 16 to 18-year-olds is 1.8 years. But faith determined that we'd be celebrating our 53rd wedding anniversary in August of 2024. And this is both of us on the occasion of when we were named Louisiana Legends by Louisiana Public Broadcasting. And our decades together have been richly blessed. We have 2 daughters, Dr. Carla McGuire Davis and Dr. Stephanie McGuire. And this is a picture of the family back in the 70s. And Carla is a faculty member at Baylor College of Medicine, and Stephanie is an opera singer in Berlin, Germany. And we have 4 wonderful grandchildren, Joshua, Ruth, Daniel, and Joseph Davis. But let's get back to my college days. My years at Southern were magical, with opportunities to spend the summer after my sophomore year at Columbia University, my junior year at the University of California at Berkeley, and the summer after that at Harvard. Now, I didn't know it then, but I now know that God was preparing me for the various teaching positions I would assume as a professional. And it was during graduate school at Cornell where I learned my mission in life, my purpose for being placed on this planet. As a teaching assistant in chemistry, I learned the powerful impact of helping others unlock their learning potential. During the spring of 1969, the Black students at Cornell occupied the student union. And one of their demands was that Cornell admit and enroll many more Black students, and the university agreed to their demands. Now, the first wave of the new Black students arrived on campus in the fall of 1970, and many of those students were in the chemistry course for which I was a graduate teaching assistant. Now, knowing that these students were extremely bright, but probably not prepared for the rigors of Cornell, I held weekly review sessions at the Africana Studies and Research Center every Sunday night from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And we had a great time learning chemistry, and the students really thrived. And many of those students went on to careers in medicine, engineering, education, and other areas, and most in positions that served the Black community. And it was there that I learned that when students are given strategies for learning and the confidence that they can not just survive, but thrive, they excel at the very highest levels. I've been on a mission ever since to engage others in using education as a means to achieve social justice. And this brings me to my current activities, which involve teaching students how to learn and teaching faculty how to teach students how to learn. And my younger daughter and I have written a couple of books: Teach Students How to Learn, Teach Yourself How to Learn. And I use this information to teach faculty and students about metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking and develop those critical thinking skills that are so important. I teach them that intelligence is not fixed at birth, but it's developed using strategies to improve it. My work as a chemistry professor and learning strategist allows me to meet others who are as passionate about empowering others through education as I am, professionals like Mrs. Glenda Lambert, who I'm so honored to know. I'll end my remarks with three main points I'd like to leave you with, lessons that I share with my students. One is always pursue your passion. It was given to you for a reason. Don't let any obstacles deter you from listening to your dreams and chasing them with all due diligence. Number two, you've been equipped by the Creator to accomplish anything you set your mind to. Perseverance is key. Most people don't fail because of lack of ability. They just give up before success comes. And then three, faith is the fuel for success. Philippians 4:13 is a scripture that I stand on. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we can succeed, we will succeed. And I am spending my life trying to help others know that they can succeed at the highest levels so that we can all make a difference in this world. So again, I sincerely appreciate receiving this award, and I will cherish it for the rest of my life. And I will stop sharing now.
Wow, phenomenal. That was such a beautiful presentation. So precious to see your family genealogy, and you just carried us through this journey. And I love, Dr. McGuire, how you are teaching people how to learn, because actually school doesn't teach us that. They
That's
teach us what
right.
we need to know, but they don't
Mhm.
teach us how can we better understand what we're learning. And we all have different abilities to learn. And I just think that's so incredible, and such a beautiful mission, and that you have raised incredible children and grandchildren, and we're just so honored to have
The
you
honor is
as
mine.
recipients. So thank you so much for the incredible work
Thank
that you
you.
do, and we will present you with this virtual award, but that you will receive physically in the mail. So it says, Her Story Award is proudly presented to Dr. Sandra Yancey McGuire on this day, September 14th, 2024, in recognition of your outstanding contributions to education and your unwavering commitment to academic excellence. Your dedication to empowering students and educators through innovative learning strategies has profoundly impacted countless lives worldwide. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. Signed by our President, Kayleigh Moffitt, and Vice President, Katerina Connery. Congratulations, you are now officially part
Thank you
of the
so
Her
much.
Story Award Hall of Fame. We are
Thank
so happy that
you.
you are here with us. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
yes. Okay, let's go to our last recipients of today. And her name is Sydney Krebsbach. She is a community inclusion specialist at Compass Career Solutions. Sydney Krebsbach is a dedicated self-advocate and leader, serving as one of the co-chairs of the Washington State Developmental Disabilities Council. She works for Compass Career Solutions in Spokane, Washington, as a community inclusion specialist, and contributes to the University of Washington's ECHO Autism Project. Sydney's advocacy journey spans over 7 years, during which she has successfully influenced legislation such as the passing of HB 1541, known as the Nothing About Us Without Us Act, and helped craft the 2019 Autism Proclamation for Alaska. A passionate advocate for people with autism and disabilities, Sydney has shared her story on numerous platforms, including Alaska's Capitol Key Campaign Rally and various legislative committees in both Alaska and Washington. Her leadership and advocacy earned her a place in the National Association Council on Developmental Disabilities Leadership Circle in 2020. Sydney has also been a prominent speaker at conferences across the United States and is a talented artist. In 2021, Sydney moved from Alaska to Spokane, a challenging transition that led her to new opportunities. She was appointed by Governor Jay Inslee to serve on the Washington State Developmental Disabilities Council and was later selected as one of the council's co-chairs in 2023. Sydney's accomplishments have been recognized with multiple awards, including the Self-Advocate Rising Star Award by the Arc of Spokane. Please welcome to this virtual stage, Miss Sydney Krebsbach.
Thank you all so much. I'm so glad to be able to be recognized for all the great self-advocate work I have been doing for the last 7 years. I'm still in shock but honored that the Women's Federations of World Peace USA would recognize me and would be honoring me with this Her Stories award. I would like to thank all the people who have helped me and inspired me along the way. I would like to thank my family, like my parents, mom, dad. You guys have done a lot for me in over the years. All the doctor visits you guys have visited, all the neurological speech therapy and annual assessments you went with me. You guys have done a lot of sacrifice for me. My two sisters, Allie and Kelsey, my friends in both Alaska and Washington, who have been there when I always needed them and who have helped me become successful in life. My boyfriend, John Lemus, I love you with all my heart. My job, Compass Career Solutions, my supervisor, Jessica Gadaldi, for giving me a chance to show I can be a dependable, a lot and reliable employee. My executive director of the Washington State Developmental Disabilities Council, Brandy Motz, my co-chair, Gabriella Ewing, and my supervisor from the University of Washington, Jim Mancini. My story started 14 years ago in 2010 when I started going after my goals in life. There were a few bumps along the way, but I didn't give up. My perseverance and determinations had kept me going for going after my goals in life. I had overcome high school, learner's permit, driver's license, employment, which landed me a few jobs like the Alaska State Legislator for being a Senate page. And that had led me to several opportunities like the Alaska Land Without Walls program. And then afterwards, I had decided to increase my advocacy skill a little more by being appointed to serve on the Alaska Governor's Council on Disabilities and Special Education. And then after 3 years, I decided to not to reappoint my service with the Alaska Governor's Council in order to move to Washington with my parents. So I had to learn to overcome that and also starting to network and build relationships with friends and colleagues who have helped me be successful along the way. I have survived some tough situations like credit card fraud and cyberbullying. All of those experiences has helped me into becoming the self-advocate I am today. Not only am I building my name as a self-advocate locally, but also statewide and nationally. There is a famous quote from Rachel Barcelona. Everyone has a mountain to climb, and autism has not been my mountain. It has been my opportunity for victory. Here is another famous quote from former Lieutenant Governor of Alaska, Kevin Meyer. You have learned at a very early age, which has taken all of us a long time. We can't control what life deals at us, what life throws at us, but we can control how we react to it. And I like how in life has tripped you up, has thrown some curveballs at you, and it will again in the future and from time to time. You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you keep going. Always believing in the impossible is possible. I like to thank the Women's Federations for World Peace USA for giving me this prestigious award and also for showing me what I can do with my self advocate work. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are so blessed by you receiving this award today and the incredible work that you have done with your life, the barriers you have overcome. You just keep overcoming and pushing yourself to do more and to put yourself out there as an advocate. It is so incredibly inspiring. I am so honored to just be in your presence and to award you with the HerStory Award event that you, event, a HerStory Award certificate that you will actually receive physically in the mail. So I want to go ahead and read that to you. The HerStory Award is proudly presented to Sydney Krebsbach on this day, September 14th, 2024, in recognition of your exceptional dedication and tireless advocacy for individuals with autism and other disabilities. Through your efforts, you have inspired countless individuals, demonstrating resilience in overcoming challenges and an unwavering commitment to making a difference. We honor you as a peace leader who lives by the logic of love. Signed by our President, Kayleigh Moffitt of Women's Federation for World Peace USA, and Vice President Katerina Connery. Congratulations, Sydney. Thank you so much for the work that you do and how you countlessly inspire and continue to inspire others. We're so honored to have you with us tonight. Thank you. And so before we go ahead and sign off and end this beautiful awards ceremony, I just want to share a couple of announcements with you. If you were inspired, if you were excited, if there was just something moving inside of you by meeting these phenomenal women, this HerStory Award event, I invite you to learn more about Women's Federation for World Peace, to consider supporting the work that we do in honoring women all across our nation who are living for the sake of others, who are dedicated and passionate about what they do in serving others and making a positive difference in their communities and beyond. So please consider membership. There is a QR code that I believe will be popping up on the screen. You can go ahead and take a picture of that, and that will bring you directly to our website. And please just, discover who we are. And also follow us. If you are on here through Facebook or YouTube, share this video with others that you think would benefit from this. Follow us on Instagram. We are revamping a little bit of what we're doing, and we're excited to bring on some new opportunities, new workshops, and we also have an exciting retreat that is happening next month. It's from October 10th through the 13th. It's called the Awaken Retreat. It's happening at the Buongiorno Conference Center in Pennsylvania. And so if you want to find out more information on that, you can go ahead and visit our website at wfwp.us/awaken. And if you were also inspired to nominate somebody for the HerStory Award, the link will be available as well in the comments or in the chat. So thank you so much for spending your time here with us today to honor these beautiful, amazing women who are using the talents and the gifts, their God-given qualities to just make this world a better, more peaceful, and harmonious place. And we look forward to spending more time with you in the future. And with that, I will sign off, and I hope you have a good evening, a good rest of your week, and take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.